great players, they have a great organization, and you tell them one thing.
What is good, Raider Nation? It's your boy Raider Alex back with yet another video for you guys. Anybody that's new to the channel, you guys love Raider related content just like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to hit that bell notification, that way you get notified every time I post a video just like this one. Without further ado, let's jump right into the topic of this video. Huge news has circulated today for the Las Vegas Raiders as it involves one of their rookies who has a lot of upside and who plays at a position of need for the Raiders. According to Raider scout, Byron Young has officially passed his physical and has been officially released from the physically unable to perform list. Now this is huge news because especially for rookies in training camp and the preseason, this is just so important for the developmental process going into the next level. This is not college, this is the National Football League, so he really needs those valuable reps to continue to perform and improve upon his game and overall just help his transition into the Raiders roster and into the National Football League in general. Also, Byron Young has to get familiar with the defensive scheme and playbook that Patrick Graham will utilize next season. Now, Byron Young is a player who I didn't know a whole lot about him before we ended up drafting him, but after we made the pick and after looking at his tape afterwards, his tape and his game really excited me because he's got something that the Raiders desperately need, and that's the pass rush up the middle. Byron Young was able to be very effective in the SEC with Alabama, getting to the quarterback, and was technically more productive than first round superstar potential talent Jalen Carter. The Raiders haven't had a player who could get to the quarterback from the interior of their defense on their defensive line for who knows how long. It's just been forever, and they're just guys that are not easy to come by either in the National Football League and the NFL draft. So this guy is definitely a rookie that I suggest keep your eye out on, and hopefully he can bring these same traits he had at Alabama into the next level. That would just be a huge next step for this defense. Now I do expect a bit of a learning curve from him coming into the league, but it's good to see that he's going to finally get the pads on and get to work for the Raiders. Also going to be very exciting to see how he can perform in the preseason as well. As I said, the more reps he can get, the better it'll be for his developmental process. So yeah, good to see Byron Young is out there on the field. But in other news, we still do not have an update on our first round pick Tyree Wilson for his ultimate time frame, when he's going to get back onto the field. Is he going to be able to participate in training camp? Is he going to be able to participate in the preseason? We still do not know as of yet. Tyree Wilson is still suffering from that foot injury he suffered back in college, and the thing that does begin to concern me is that foot injuries at times can be very tough to recover from, and at times they can just be a nagging issue for certain players throughout the whole season. Now with us selecting him number 7 overall and ahead of potential star defensive tackle Jalen Carter, who that was my first option, I'm gonna be honest with you, but regardless, Tyree Wilson is on this team now. He does have a lot of great physical traits, and he is an exciting prospect as well, but I'm going to be very disappointed if he's unable to contribute on this defense in year one. You don't draft the guy that high for him to just sit on the bench. And obviously if this injury drags into the next season, it's just going to be very disappointing. But that's also another thing to keep an eye out on, is when Tyree Wilson will be able to get on the field. Because really, Tyree Wilson, you could argue, is going to be the wild card for the Raiders defense next season, which is crazy to say because the development of Tyree Wilson is something that can ultimately just change this defense. If he can get healthy and play at a high level next season on the opposite side of star defensive end Max Crosby, then watch out. The Raiders could be a surprisingly pretty good defense. We still got Chandler Jones, who I think if you can lower his snap count a bit, he should be a lot more effective next year. And just in general, Tyree Wilson does have a lot of good things on film and a lot of good traits for this team. Physically, he's an athletic monster. He's like 6'7", 275 pounds, I believe. So the guy is just an absolute physical specimen out there. In college, he was able to be dominant against the run, and if he can start to build on a skill set of his pass rushing skills and moves to get to the quarterback, then watch out for the Raiders defense. We already added a lot of speed in the secondary, some physicality to the linebacker group with Robert Spillane, and you can argue that we added the most physically gifted defensive lineman in this year's draft with Tyree Wilson. But as I said, he's got to get on the field to start the developmental process and get those valuable reps like Byron Young will now do with the Raiders. But as I said, big news for the Raiders. We got our rookie defensive tackle out on the field now, and hopefully he can get out there on the preseason as well. But Raider Nation, let me know what you guys think of the news in the comment section down below. Anybody that's new, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. That being said, I will see you guys in the next one.